Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be filming from home and we're going to be talking about wholesale. So a while back, I think I made a video letting you guys know that I got approved for Fair Wholesale and kind of walking you through the process of that. It took me about 4 attempts before they approved my account to sell on Fair. So since then I have become a Fair top shop as of April 1st. So that means I hit all of the requirements needed to become a Fair top shop. So I'm gonna let you in on what I did to do that, and we're going to talk about Fair from a buyer perspective and seller perspective, because it wasn't until I became a buyer on the platform that I realized what I needed to do for my page so that I could get more sales. If you don't know, I have my retail store, so I actually shop on Fair for my retail store from other small businesses, and then I have another account where I sell my candles on Fair to other retail stores. So I'm going to walk you through that process, so let's jump into it.
Okay, so here is Fair from my buyer account, and I'm going to show you why buyers shop on Fair and what are the benefits for the buyers. So one benefit that I really like about Fair is their net terms. So you can see here I have $7,500 of net terms. So what exactly are net terms? So pretty much all of these orders that you saw here, the 41 orders that I've placed throughout my time on Fair as a buyer, I paid with net terms. So for instance, whenever you buy anything on Fair, you have 60 days before you even get the bill. So that means as a seller, so let's just say this person who made these notebooks here, they don't see payment until 60 days later. So just be aware of that when you are signing up for Fair as a seller, that you're going to have to front the cost for your products and then wait until you get payment. And that is very normal with wholesale in general, is net terms. And the reason why buyers love net terms so much is because you can attempt to sell these items with the credit that you get from Fair within the 60 days and hopefully make your money back plus the profit without having to put your own money up to buy the products. So for one example, I got these sage bundles in and I sold them really fast. So with the $7,500 of credit that I have from Fair, I bought the bundles, sold them, paid this brand back, plus kept my profit, all without having to put my own money up front. So that's one really huge benefit of Fair. So for instance, when I was selling by myself on WiningWithCandles.com, I didn't have net terms. So if someone wanted to buy candles from me, they had to pay that very day before I even shipped things out. They also have a lot of different things that can, help you out, like referring brands. They have that on both ends as a buyer and a seller. So that is a big plus as well. I've actually gotten, I think, $400 or so just from sharing the link, for Fair and having people sign up. So you can see here, once I click on Insider Membership, I have saved over $435 in shipping. So you can see here, this perfume that I purchased recently by this company, I got free shipping for this perfume. So that's a huge plus. Another big one that retailers love is the link to the point of sale system. So I didn't even know that this was a thing until I got onto Fair. So if you have one of these point of sale systems, you can automatically link your products, meaning that whenever you purchase something, so whenever I purchased the perfumes, they automatically got imported to my retail system, my point of sale system at my storefront. So that saves you a ton of time on having to add all these products manually to the point of sale system. Overall, as a buyer, I really love shopping on Fair, and I noticed when I was buying things from my retail store, I would kind of follow the same patterns, and I applied that to my seller profile, which I will show you guys here in a second. So let me show you guys what I mean by following certain patterns when I was buying. So I would look first at the minimum order quantities. If they had a minimum order quantity of less than $100, I would automatically just click in and browse around. So I was a lot more likely to purchase from a company that had a lower minimum order quantity. But just having that minimum order quantity less than $100, it kind of reeled me in. So when I first started my seller account for my candles, I think my minimum order was like $150. And once I lowered it down to $60, I saw a lot more sales on my candle site, which I'll show you guys here in just a second. So this shop is called Streamline, and I was just wanting to find a whole bunch of knickknacks just for the storefront. And one thing that drew me into the shop is they had a lot of things to choose from. So when you have a lot of products to choose from as a buyer, it's easier for me to make the purchase from you because now I can just get one big shipment from one seller and not have to place all these different shipments everywhere. So I can get pens, I can get stationery, planners, all of these things that you would typically find at a gift shop. I can get them from one profile, and it just makes it a whole bunch easier for me. All right, so let's go to the seller side. So now we're looking at winding wick candles, and I can show you how I became a Topshop. Now you can see here I've only had 11 orders, so you don't have to have a ton of orders. So if you look at all of these orders, you know, people spent way more than $60 on their orders. So that really helped to increase my conversion rate here. Oh, sell-through rate, 100%. So sell-through rate is the amount of returns you get. So whenever someone is trying your product out for the first time, you actually can return items. I've only returned items twice. So the reason that Faire lets you do this is so that the retailer can keep fresh inventory in their storefront. So it's not necessarily that the products are bad, but maybe they're testing out a new product and it just really doesn't work well for the demographic. So sometimes buyers can return things to you, so keep that in mind as well. That might be a possibility. I haven't had that happen yet for me, and as a buyer I don't return things very often. Like I said, I've only done it twice on my end, and I don't do it to small sellers. So I'll do it if I know that the seller is a bigger seller, then I don't feel bad about returning something. But if it's a small business, I won't return it even if it doesn't sell. I just keep it just so that they don't have to hassle with having to, you know, sell product and all of that. Okay, so here are the stats that they track. Now, mind you, I just became a Topshop, so all of these have reset. So the first one is the merchandising score. So here is what, you know, the merchandising score is. So having to run at least one promotion, having 80 published items. Now you don't have to have all of these, you just have to have a total of 50 points. So if you at least run a promotion, that's already 30 points, and then if you add one product to your catalog, that's 50 points. So that's how you can improve your merchandising score, and also setting the minimum order to less than 200. So again, even Faire notices that if your minimum order quantity is lower, that attracts more buyers, so just keep that in mind. So increasing your merchandising score, and then having a retailer rating of 4.5 or more, and your reorder rate. So for the previous run, my reorder rate was 40%, and I had 100% perfect order rate. So that's how I got the Topshop badge on my store. So if you're curious of what that means, of course, the retailer rating, we all know just how many stars you have, and reorder rate is how many of those customers come back and reorder. So that lets Faire know that you have a quality product that is selling and people want to come back for more. And then the perfect order rate is pretty much when you're shipping items out, so making sure that you're shipping items out on time. So let's actually view my page, and I'll kind of walk through and show you how I set things up. So first, having a nice little banner up here, and then you have your Topshop badge, and then you also get it here. And what's great about being a Topshop is buyers can actually filter through. So if they only want to shop from Topshops, there's actually a filter on Faire that buyers can sort through to only see Topshop. So that's another bonus there. Another thing that might boost you up is keeping this number with like less than a week. So if a buyer comes and they see it takes you 2 to 3 weeks to get things out, they may not purchase from you. Another thing you need to do is your about page. Make sure it's fully filled out. If you've been featured anywhere, make sure you put that there. And then if you have any videos, you can put that there as well. So this really lets new people know that you're serious about business. So one thing I need to improve personally is having more products to choose from. So again, as a buyer, I noticed that I shop from places that have more products to choose from. So imagine if you're a retailer who has a gift shop. If you're putting a candle section, it would be really convenient for you to shop from one place to get all of that candle section filled out. You don't want to have to buy from all of these different places, hit all these different minimum orders. So having stuff like, you know, single wick candles, double wicks, pillar candles, wax melts. If you have multiple different types of candles that can increase the amount of people who are wanting to purchase from you. So personally, I'm going to work on releasing more candles to give people more options to choose from. So you can see here, you can refer brands as well, and I have earned $400 myself just from sharing the link. So if you know people in your industry, if you know other brands who haven't joined FAIR yet and they want to join, you can refer them right here. Another awesome thing about FAIR is you can run little marketing campaigns. So you can send emails to remind buyers, or if you are running your own promotions, you can send promotions, automations to your buyers. You can do all sorts of things to get them back in your shop to increase that reorder rate here that FAIR is looking for to become a top shop. All right, so if you go to marketing and widgets, this is another really great way for you to get even more wholesale clients, because FAIR offers really great perks for them. So they can get $100 off of their first order and 1 year of free shipping and 0% commission on their orders if you are directing the traffic to FAIR. So none of this is coming out of your pocket at all. This is just something FAIR is offering to that client. So you don't get affected by any of this, which is awesome for both parties. You get more clients, they get discounts. It's a win-win. So you can see I've had quite a few people, click and view and even some orders from this widget. So let me show you how this widget works. So pretty much you are going to copy and paste the code that FAIR gives you into your website if you have one. So if you have your own personal website, I would suggest that you put a wholesale option in your navigation bar, and then when people click that, you would have this widget here. So it automatically gives them that incentive, free returns, net 60, and the $100 off their first order, and the minimum order quantity, which is 90. I thought it was 60, but I guess it's 90. So if you send people to this link to shop, you're not going to have to pay any commissions to FAIR.
So to summarize, how to improve wholesale orders, just think of it on the buyer side. They want things to be easy. They don't want to have to order from a whole bunch of different websites or have to pay off all these different PayPal invoices. They want everything in one place. It just makes it so much easier. So for me personally, I have bought almost everything in my storefront on FAIR. There was only one instance where I ordered something off of FAIR, and it was because I knew the person. So if it's not on FAIR, I'm probably not gonna buy it, just because it's just so easy to do everything on FAIR, and plus there's a lot of benefits from the buyer's side. So if you're thinking about like doing line sheets or something like that, that's something you could still do, but just make sure you're on some type of marketplace platform if you want to increase your wholesale clients. So even if you're not approved for FAIR, you can do the Shopify version, which is Handshake. You can do another one, which is Abound. I'm on Handshake and I've gotten a couple of inquiries. I don't think I've gotten a wholesale order from there yet. But yeah, those are some options for you as well. Buyers, they don't want to have to deal with a million other things when they have to run a store and all of that. So that's just another tip for you guys. So if you're curious on where to even start with wholesale, if you don't know how to price your products or how to package things for wholesale or all of that stuff, you can check my blog post out down below where I'll have more information on that. I'm restarting my TianaCoates.com website. It's been there forever, but I just haven't done anything with it. I've moved it to a different hosting platform, so I'll have more flexibility and I can post more blogs. But anyways, check that out down below, and thank you guys for tuning in, and let me know if you have any questions. But until next time, bye.